Let's now go over the scope for your product or service that is covered in the ACR. We're going to include this in the notes section of the VPAT. And if the full product or service isn't audited, or if there are content and or components that are accepted, this needs to be explicitly noted in the ACR. Remember, the ACR is about transparency into the accessibility of our product or service. So if there is a part of our product or service that is not included, we need to make sure that that is detailed in the notes section of the ACR. And for products or services with repetitive screens, pages, or content, remember that we're only after a representative sample of the product or service because sometimes it's simply impractical to include all of the pages, etc. So for that reason, we'll look to a representative sample. So here we're trying to bring forward any unique pages, screens, views, flows, templates, layouts, content, etc. So all that is unique, we'll bring that forward, we'll audit that, we'll detail the accessibility of that representative sample, and then our ACR will nicely cover our product or service. Now, the scope must be defined before the audit begins, and we'll get more into audits in a moment. The scope should also be comprehensive. So remember, we just talked about the representative sample, but with that representative sample, we need to make sure that the sample is comprehensive and covers our entire product or service. Also, documentation and support are a part of your product or service. So think about instructions, think about tutorials on how to use the product or service, think about the support page where you can contact for help. All of that needs to be included as a part of your product or service. So that's in scope. And then last, any third-party integrations should usually be included if they are a part of your product or service. You should only separate them out if they can be looked at as an entirely separate product or service. But if they are included as a part of your product or service, then you want to account for them in your ACR. And if not, again, if you accept a third-party integration, then you need to explicitly note that in the notes section of the VPAT. So for resources, if you need help with VPAT services, you can go to accessible.org. Also, Accessibility Tracker is a platform that tracks all accessibility issues, not just those flagged by a scan, and it has AI to help your team with fixes. And in the description, you will find the complete playlist for this VPAT training. You will also find any updates to the lesson as well as other resources to help you with accessibility. And we will continue on with the next lesson.